Your Way is presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. It's opening round coverage of the Alberta Classic.
There's something about a well-hit shot.
Well, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Well, this is going to be an interesting day. The wind is howling, or as they would say in Scotland, just a wee breeze. Frank, what do you want to do with this second shot here at the 11th?
Just a scoring club again, Rich. This is a chance to get off to a good start on that on the homeward 9. Anytime you get sort of 8-iron down, you can virtually go straight at the flag because this green pitches back towards the player.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
That incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
So makes the birdie putt, now 1 under for the tournament. Here at the 12th, par 4, 442 yards. Frank, what's ahead?
This one's called Big Boat. Hole's certainly a lot longer than the 10th hole, which is Little Boat. Dog legs to the player's right. A couple of bunkers down the left side. That first bunker on the left shouldn't be too much of a problem to carry. But once again, even though the hole bends to the right, you'd like to be down the opposite side of the fairway, which is the left. Oh, that's it. New member of the 300-yard club.
Good poke right there. 120 yards. She is playing so well out there today. Just unstoppable. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
And this would be nice. 2 straight birdies. I thought that was in.
Yeah, it looked good. I mean, line, pace. It's hard to be critical of that.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Solid par to remain 1 under. Action flying all over the place. Let's get down now to the 13th. Frank, how would you assess this first round performance from our featured golfer?
I'd say commercial, solid, very professional. If this is the worst round they score all week, it's not such a bad round.
You play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie.
It's no snack, though.
Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
This is a 16-footer. Never quite had enough oomph on that.
Yeah, sort of a wishy-washy stroke.
So with that, the score is now at even par. Well, here we are at the 14th hole. It's a par 4, 442 yards. You like this hole, Frank?
I do, but if you were spraying it off the tee here, then there's all sorts of problems. Bunkers left, trees right. This is a fairway you must hit.
Frank, this is a way to make golf easy when you can hit it that deep.
Oh, I'm going to say, I know that first number's a 3. I'm guessing the second one's a 2. Let's call it 320.
Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. Obviously, Frank, you want to hit good shots at a place like this, but you also want to take some shots. You want to snap off a few pictures because it's breathtaking.
I thought you were talking about big game hunting there, were you saying, you don't want to shoot these animals, they're beautiful. No, it is. It's wonderful to come up here and play golf.
This is a good-looking shot. Terrific golf shot. And now, that for an easy birdie. Locked in on the read and the speed. In red figures at 1 under par. Well, now the par 4s begin to stretch out a little bit. The 15th here, Frank, is 475 yards.
Certainly want to put your big shoes on here. Nice big slinging draw off the tee might help. Go a little further. It does go downhill considerably, so you get a little bit more run out of the tee shot if you did that.
That is just a beautiful shot. Frank, I'm always fascinated by the way professionals approach the game and how different it is from us amateurs. You're not just standing up and hitting a shot and hoping to catch it on the middle of the face. You're thinking about lower high, left to right, or right to left.
Yeah, there's two schools of thought, really. You're either moving the shot away from something or towards something. So this is a great example here. You could be moving the ball away from the left side of the green, but closer towards the flag. Could have hit the flag and bounced away instead. Straight in. Amazing shot. And really deserves it.
There you have it, Frank. First round is complete. What are your thoughts, partner?
Rich, I think anyone inside the current top 10 of that leaderboard is certainly well placed to go on and take this championship.
This is EA Sports. Tour coverage coming your way. It's second round coverage of the Alberta Classic. Frank, it's always fun to play a par 3 just like this one.
The ball's going to go further. Obviously get to tee it up. Should be able to carry that water. That's really the only problem for the player in front. But once again, another good chance for a birdie.
192-yard par 3 fourth. Oh my goodness, Frank. I think that baby went in. Back on the tee here at Banff Springs, 5th hole, 424-yard par 4. What's the setup here, Frank?
Well, it's very tempting to try and hit a draw because that's the way in which the hole is shaped. But the main goal is to make sure that you can take that second bunker, the one on the left side, out of play with that tee shot.
Outstanding tee shot.
Yeah, ball sitting up. You don't have to worry about the wind or anything there. You just take a full-blooded cut at the second shot from here.
That's an eagle.
Might be languishing in the middle of the pack, but at least celebrate that.
Frank, the 6th here at Banff Springs, a good little hole, isn't it?
It is very tempting, very easy to sort of just stand up there and wail away with the driver and get caught. This is a generous fairway. You could hit any club down there and you're not going to have a problem with the second shot. So it's just trying to find a yardage that you're comfortable with.
Good contact, good result. Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Second shot, good look at the green. That an eagle, Frank, and a nice move on the leaderboard. .602-yard par 5 7th hole. Frank, I'm guessing you want to take the big stick out and let it rip here.
Saw Rory McIlroy hit his tee shot here. So far, he had an iron in.
Yeah, let's see what she's got here. She is loading up for the big one. Wow, I mean, she absolutely annihilated that tee ball.
Smoked that one. Great Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's the next one. Judging by that light, it's not going to be too hard. That just came out blazing. As soon as it hit the green, it was never going to stop.
Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means. Frank, sometimes it takes a bold stroke to win a tournament. Get back into it, and that's what we just saw.
Birdies make a move. Eagle, especially right now, could not have picked a better time.
Frank, you like this kind of design feature where you go from the longest hole in the course immediately to the shortest hole?
Certainly, golf giveth and golf taketh away. This is just minimally uphill, just a couple of feet, but you can see from the overview the design of the green. When that flag's on the right, it's a little bit of a longer carry, so just be a little cognizant of that. You don't have to hit it directly at the flag.
Frank, golf may be the best sport to follow from this standpoint. You can get closer to the great athlete in golf than you can in any other sport. You could stand. Frank, did you just see that?
She just made an ace, Rich. Amazing.
Hole in one. Yes.
Well, Rich, 2 rounds in the books, and it's easy to see why the leaders are on top of that leaderboard.
Excellent performance, but still a long ways to go in this tournament. This is coverage of the PGA Tour. Today it's live third round coverage of the Alberta Classic. All right, on to the 12th hole, 442-yard par 4. What do you like about this hole, Frank?
Just a nice par 4 that sort of bends to the player's right. A lot of people will just stand up here, grab the driver. I don't really think you have to do that, Rich. The hole's not overly long. Just something short or down that left side. You're only going to have a short iron in for your second shot.
Be a little disappointed with that because it lands in the rough and it appears to be fairly thick over there. In the cup. What a shot. Can't get much better than that. Par 3 13th. It's 225 yards. Frank, you happy walking out of here with a 3?
Yeah, take a 3, go to the next hole, unless it's match play.
Chance to get it close here. Players still fighting the strong winds out there today. been this way all day. Airtight, no mistakes, solid shot.
And yet another green in regulation. No mistake made there with par.
Back here at the par 4 14th, and we are ready to tee off. 442-yard hole, Frank.
It's called wampum. My Canadian's not that good, so I don't know what that means, but the way I decipher it, another little dog leg to the right with bunkers all over the place. It's sort of in the place where you'd like to hit the tee shot is exactly where that crop of, what is that, 5 bunkers down the left side. So you're going to have to somehow squeeze it just right of that. Very awkward tee shot.
That is massive off the tee.
Meters, yards, I don't care how you measure that. That's got to be what? 300 meters, 325 yards, something like that.
Good swing, good shot yet again. That one inside of 10 feet, really dialed in. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. So the dominant performance continues.
Yeah, we're watching 2 tournaments right now, the one at the top and the rest.
Frank, looking out here on the 15th hole, this looks like a spot where you could really crank one that you could tell your buddies about.
It's another hole that suits a player that hits the ball right to left. It's no surprise to see why Rory plays well around here. Nice, big, high towering draw. It's going to go that extra yardage because of the elevation. Well, par 4s, they're not all the same, Rich, but after that tee shot, I guess you can say this one's going to be easy.
That was a beauty right there. And in the hole. What a shot. Frank, that front page of the leaderboard has been looking good all week.
You're exactly right, Rich. I think our winner is certainly going to come from that list right now. I'm excited for tomorrow's final round.
Today's coverage brought to you by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Alberta Classic. Now to the 15th tee, and Frank, this looks like a fun shot to hit.
It won't play its full yardage because of that elevated tee, but a good one out here. We might see one of those 350, 360 plus yard drives.
Long drive, but a bad lie.
Wicked. Remember, out of the rough. Expect the ball to jump forward a little bit.
and it is not looking like a good lie. Frank, you always talk about it not compounding the error, but here again, another shot from the rough.
Yeah, if you try again. Well, that's a little absurd, that, Rich. That shot wasn't that hard, but it's come up well short.
Didn't appear committed through impact. How good was that, Frank, from the rough?
Oh, that's amazing. That's a masterclass in short game.
This one just requires a little bit of focus.
With time running out, Rich, that's what's going to make that bogey sting even more.
Can't afford to give him away at this point in the championship. Just pulverized that golf ball.
Oh, that had some meat behind it.
Frank, club selection so important on this second shot here at the 16th.
Yeah, any time that the elements don't work in your favor, and by that I mean here the false front, everything rolling back, then you've got to actually be more aggressive, and you're going to get the reward. So it's not like playing reckless golf. It's just the terrain dictates that you fly the ball every inch of the way.
That got the attention of everybody on the ground. That's an eagle. Now to the 17th, 374 yards, and Frank, players might be licking their chops here.
They certainly would, Reg. Bunkers left and right, but they can be carried with an aggressive tee shot. It'll set up just a short iron into a green that pitches towards you. So maybe just a little bit underneath the flag with the second shot. Really a chance to have a fast finish.
Well, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
That incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
Frank, this is a good position to be in for a player. Making birdies, making some moves.
You're starting to get the momentum, too, for the finish.
Well, Frank, this sets up for an exciting finish here at Banff Springs, a 578-yard par 5.
There's just about a bunker in play for every length of tee shot here, so know exactly which one you can carry and exactly which one you cannot reach.
Frank, it makes the game easy when you play it from the...
You play it from a lie like that. Second shot.
This could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it.
Frank, this is a shot any player would love to have. Trying to finish off a round, par 5 18th. What are we looking at?
Well, half the job's done with that tee shot, which was just tremendous, Rich. Now, you know, it really is a big opportunity. If you can just sort of flush that second shot, this is a big green. I mean, good chance coming up ahead here for eagle, at least a birdie.
That is a really good shot landing close to the flagstick. These putts keep the round together.
Well, that's a bit disappointing.
I guarantee you, though, she thought she had that one.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus.
Doesn't dig into the lead with that par, but Frank, sometimes, and you know this as well as anyone, you just have to kind of maintain your footing out there.